welcome to the beginning of part 1 or part 2 of the actual video series here. My rant was my rant, so here we are. So now these are my original pieces that I stole this design from. The total irony of all this is my significant other is a intellectual properties attorney. She'd have a fit if she saw me doing this. But I'm not selling them. This is for personal use only. And that's true. I have no interest in selling any of this stuff. So theoretically it's covered under fair use. Now I just got these off the printer and not for nothing one screwed up. And we're going to show the screw up of our cheap Chinese straight edge here I got from Harbor Freight, but it's more than enough. They actually, they popped right off the build plate, which is kind of part of the problem. But they printed out relatively nicely. I printed them in PLA. They're with 25% infill. This is what it is. This is like poop. It's the extruder test pattern. I did not put any glue on the plate here. As a matter of fact, I cleaned the plate pretty heavily last night when I printed this. And I guess I should have glued the plate. No big deal. I'm gonna order, they make another one, it's called the Super Cool Tack Plate, which is supposedly like a super duper plate. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna show here. Now, it's pretty easy to see. It's pretty significant screw up. There it is. So it's a pretty significant error in the print. I'm going to use it only because I got 100 magnets. And this is all prototyping still. So I'm going to use this one. I'm actually going to put this build plate back and I'm going to start another print. It dawned on me that not all the people that watch my videos know what's going on here. So I figured, what the hell, right? I don't know much more than they do. So everybody says to use, well, not everybody. A lot of the people that I've seen online are say that you should use this Elmer's glue stick. Now, there's two schools of thought apparently on this. One is that it's a mold release, and the other is that it helps the print stick to the board. Well, I mean, it's fairly obvious from this pretty decent screw up here that I lost adhesion with the mounting with the table at some point. So. We're going to glue this one. We're going to glue this one and see what happens. The other thing is I'm going to print this in ABS. So I printed these in PLA with a 25% infill. And the other thing I screwed up when I was doing the slice was I didn't have the seam at random angles, which is something that this machine, the slicer, will let you do. So we're gonna glue stick this. I have to do a good bit of the plate here. One of the things I've been doing is actually, I'm a painter. Everybody knows I'm a painter. And one of my favorite products to use with almost to clean things with is Windex. If you ever saw my Big Fat Greek Wedding, you know, that's me. Everything's Windex. One of the things with putting the Elmer's glue on here is it leaves glue on the bottom of the plate, which on the bottom of your print, which it washes right off. I mean, especially with Windex. Windex cleans everything. I'm going to put this back in the machine. Okay, we're back. Notice I don't have the. Notice I'm doing this old Tony again. So we're back. took me forever to figure out how to remember to change the material from PLA to ABS. So these are my parts. This here is support material. Now I learned instantaneously, so quick backstory. One of the most horrible cuts I ever got in my life when I was working in the body shop, I got from a piece of broken plastic. And I also learned really quick with this stuff is it's razor sharp. Don't let anybody fool you. This shit is sharp. It's sharp enough to cut you, and that's all that matters. So I grabbed my handy dandy Knipex pliers here, and a pair of safety glasses. And the support material actually pulls out relatively easily. It's not wanting to pull out easily right now. I finally got the printer to run up. The computer program automatically chose the support that this needed. I knew this was going to need support when I printed it. When I set the print up, I knew it was going to need support to print at all. Well, this is not coming out as nicely as I really wanted it to. There it goes. That's great. Pat yourself feathers. Now, this is a very expensive file or peel marking knife I'm using to strip away its file. Strip away this stuff. This is a prototype. I'm not really crazy about the way this is coming out. I have support material, but I don't know how to actually use it yet. I need to read a little bit more up on how to use the actual support material. It won't matter anyway because the that didn't print nice at all. This is going to get covered anyway, so I'm not actually too worried about it. I'd rather it not look that ugly, but here we are. So those are the holes that I got to get cleaned out. And I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. But hey, this is a learning process, right? And we're all going to learn together, whether you like it or not. I bought a product called TPU, which is a soft, it's a soft printable plastic that I'm going to make gaskets for these. Just haven't gotten around, obviously haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah, that didn't come out nice at all. The other print came out much nicer. Very interesting. The first one of these I printed, the test piece, but I printed the other one in a, for the sake of argument, draft mode, and it came out nicer than this. But this seems a hell of a lot stronger, so that's probably what's going on here. We're trying to keep our workspace clean, at least for a week or two. It's funny, the plastic, I went from having sawdust and metal shavings all over the place to now I have little hunks of plastic everywhere. So this is actually the important one, which is ironic because this is the one that's the screwy. I bought new side cutters. Of course, I'm using my old ones right now. Yeah, it really got angry. I changed the print parameters from the original to this, and I think that's where my issue is coming in at. My original prints on these were 5% infill, and then I upped it to 25% infill. The factory recommended is 15, but I wanted these to be strong. Well, they seem like they are. Jeez. I'm really curious about failure. Okay, so this is the issue here. Oh, two of these actually fell out on their own, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, and just a little piece of plastic just flew off into the nether regions. So the game plan here is to push these magnets into this hole. Actually, we're gonna check this to make sure it fits at all. Okay, yeah, we're good. Again, this is a prototype. The actual ones are being made out of ABS, and we're gonna try, and we're gonna see how well that works too. So we got these rare earth magnets here. Now, I've made this mistake in the past. I've made this mistake way too many times, actually. Putting them north-south incorrectly. Yeah, this doesn't want to go together at all. Oh, there it goes. And that's what we want. So, we want to make sure that that goes like that. Because these are not going to want to come out once they go in. I should have left little holes in the back side of these. If push comes to shove, I can always drill a little hole in the back. When I do, that's asking for trouble. Probably should use plastic pliers for this. This is what screwed me up the last time. I really want these, I really wish these would go in a little nicer. I think part of the problem with these is the, I think the PLA shrinks a little bit. When I designed the part, I actually left plenty of room for, I thought I left plenty of room for before we try to go too far with this. Because this has magnets in it too. Okay. There's no good way to mark these magnets either. So. Even with two. That looks pretty good. Now my game plan with these is to used to have a tool for doing this stuff. Like I said, I gotta make sure that these all want to stick together. I did a box one time where I stuck one in backwards, and boy, that was a pain in the ass to get out. Oh, the game plan is to eventually put a drop of CA glue. I have some real thin CA glue. The other is to glue the TPA or TPU plastic over the end of these to create kind of like a gasket. The other pain in the balls with these things is the magnets get attracted to everything on my table. These magnets are so strong they will actually get attracted to the screws that are inside the table. Took me a while to figure out why the little ones every once in a while would roll away and stick in one certain spot on the table. Alright, kids. Now, I could probably heat this up and bend it, but it's not worth it. I don't know if it shows up on camera here. I'm gonna put the magnet. You can see in the video, I don't know if it's showing up. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. You can see it really bad there. Just like that. Trust me, it's fucky. But there we go. We've swiped some intellectual property. Alright, so next step is I'm going to push this in the rest of the... I'm going to give these a really nice squeeze. And then I'm going to go get some super thin CA glue. And we're just going to put a drop of super thin CA on these, just hopefully to get it. They're press fit. I mean, I don't think they're coming out. The other option would be to put the CA all the way across them, but like coat this thing. Alright, so that's one. Now these, oh, that's wrong. These might be a little trickier. Even that's pretty decent. That worked pretty good. Now, may have to use a C-clamp on these. The other thing I could do is heat them up. Or a bigger pair of pliers. Press them in. Oh, no, that one went right in. Now I'm going to check it. Yep, okay, good. So, for whatever reason, and I haven't quite yet figured it out, I even increased the size of this. I increased the size of this particular part in the slicer by like 0.9% to fill in this slop I had going on here. I had some slop. The other magnets I was using for that other project were she flipped around. And one of the things I gotta do here is these things are so powerful that they actually are influenced by ones that aren't even really close to them. If I screw one of these up, getting it out, well, getting it out of the plastic's going to be a lot easier than getting it out of that piece of wood. As a matter of fact, yeah, the one I screwed up in the wood, I ended up actually carving it out. Yeah, see, these fit the way I wanted them to. These just slide right in. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, we're in like Flynn, guys. Friends. Creepy fucking dude. Creepy dude on YouTube. Coming from me, right? Alright. See? There we go. So what I'm quickly learning is get these in, get these out of the picture. Get them as far away as I can. I'm sure I could 3D print a tool, a non-magnetic tool to do this with. It's amazing. They literally want to fly across this piece of plastic into they want to fly across the piece of, they want to flip around is what they really want to do, and fly into the other bay. There. Alright. Now. Well, there you go. A little intellectual property theft. I don't want my wife to hear that. But, again, these are not for sale. Be sure to check out my not for sale page. Nah, I'm not even joking. These aren't for sale. I can't make any money on this stuff. Besides that, somebody else already did. Intellectual properties are protected under the Constitution. Remember that, kids. When you download music for free, you're stealing. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to get some CA glue, and we're going to put it on there. Not super crazy about this. I think what I'm going to try to do is print a gasket. I'm going to try to print a gasket for these to cover this. I'm not worried about this side. This is really, the surface finish on this is terrible. So I gotta find some way to hide that nasty ass surface finish. And quite frankly, I'm thinking some kind of gasket. I'm gonna glue these in, I think, because it looks like it's not even the support material that's trying to come out of here. It's the infill. The infill is angry. The parts feel strong. I mean, granted, I'm getting old, but I mean, that's no more or less flexy than this. I don't know, maybe you can print them in 80S. A folly. Alright, let's get some CA glue. Alright, we got our glue, we got our accelerator, we have our obligatory cigarette. May have to put a new. Here's where I glue my fingers together, kids. I should probably wear the safety glasses. You know, CA glue terrifies me. I don't put glasses on. I grabbed the wrong one anyway. If you're not familiar with CA glue, it's highly recommended that you store it in a refrigerator. It keeps it good for a while. And don't wear nitrile gloves with it. Again, voice of experience. There's very few things that concern me, and believe it or not, freaking Crazy Glue is one of them. Everybody's crazy for Crazy Glue until you get it in your eye. I don't know how to get that shit off. Acetone. Sucked it right in. Yeah, actually absorbed it really quick. It wicked that stuff right up. Move that over there. Good enough. Let's see if we can get it to go in here. May actually. These little things act like capillary tubes. Get rid of them. Just gonna spread this excess around here. Now, I'm not overly concerned with the finish on these just yet. So, like the CA glue, the activator and the glue puts like this white haze on stuff, which I'm sure isn't good for you. Or yeah, I'm sure it's not good for the plastic. But I think I'm fairly confident in those parts. All right, there you go. My knockoff vacuum fittings. So those are the ones that, these are the ones I printed, and this is the one I bought. And I'm pretty happy with them. This one, I think what I might do, because this is going to be the part that goes on the tool, I think I may double the number of magnets. So these magnets are 6 millimeters. These magnets are bigger. These are like 1/4 inch. I guess I ordered the wrong ones. I think I'm going to put more in. It's no big deal. It's pretty easy to change that part of the program. Well, thanks for watching. The next video, I'm going to go through how I measure and come up with the next design. I forgot to add, these fit perfectly. They're going to require a clamp maybe, but they fit. They slide all the way down here onto this cone, and yeah, that's going to need a clamp, but or a drop of glue. That's it's actually not even the right one. This one is the one I want, but that's what I'm looking for. I think the next iteration of this one, or not this, yeah. The next generation is going to have threads on it that'll thread onto this.